3, 2, 1, power.
Hello, welcome to another CleaveTech Tech Tip. This one today should be pretty short, but I thought I'd bring you the conclusion of the 2024 BSCRA Mid-America Clubman Nationals. In my last videos, you probably saw me build an Intro 32 Genesis chassis, and it was going to be raffled off, and we had some great success with that. So in today's video, I'm going to bring you the winner, and I'm going to tell you how well the car did. Did it win? Wait and see.
Extra.
So just as a little recap, our BSCRA Clubman Nationals, our British Slot Car Racing Association National Championships, these national championships were held for Clubman grade drivers. Now, a Clubman grade driver is someone who perhaps hasn't been to many national meetings, they haven't had very much success on a big national scale at our big national events, and this event was specifically dedicated to just those drivers who were in the Clubman grade. So we had some travelling from all over the country, from right up north to right down south. We even had some drivers that hadn't really raced metal chassis cars for very many years, or some that hadn't really done much metal car racing at all, and it was great to see them at our event. So here we have the winner of this CleaveTech Intro 32 car that we raffled off, and it is Martin Cook. Really nice guy, puts a lot of effort into his slot racing, really enjoyed himself, and we'll come to that in a minute. But you can see he's from the Nerks Club up by Washington, Newcastle area in the UK. So he came all the way down from up north, down to Corby in the UK, to come and race at our Clubman Nationals, along with other club mates as well. And they had a fantastic time, and they're a really good, emerging, positive club trying to race these sort of BSCRA type cars. They also do quite a lot of plastic car racing as well, and they're getting a really good following up in their club. So if you're in the area, go and visit. I'll be putting links to their club website and their club location in the information below. So Martin's just starting out in his BSCRA journey. He didn't have many cars himself, so this was a wonderful thing to win this car. So he won this raffle, and we made over £200 for breast cancer for the raffle. So that all goes to charity, and thank you very much to everyone who contributed and bought tickets, and maybe we'll do that again in the future. So after drawing the raffle, the racing actually happened the next day. First things first was a bit of practice. So I worked with Martin, we set the car up. He probably only managed to do maybe about 2 minutes practice with the car, because I had an optimum set of tyres for him to use. We tried a couple of sets, and he chose one set that he thought was much better on the car in terms of handling and grip and feel. So we wanted to save those tyres for the qualifying and race and not wear them out. So we went for that. So we didn't spend too much time with the car. And then we went into qualifying. So I'm now going to show you some qualifying, and I'm going to show you his qualifying laps. So Martin's just about to qualify, so I'll leave you with the audio from the video. It is 1 minute. The fastest lap you can achieve in that 1 minute sorts you into your qualifying order for the finals.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, power. Eight, 5, 3. 8, 2, 1. 8, 2, 2. 7, 9, 2. 9. 7, 9, 4. 7-9-3.
So as you can see, Martin was slowly getting to grips with the car, getting faster and faster. I don't think he even fell off during the qualifying, and he had a nice steady run. But perhaps overall, the results of qualifying weren't quite what we were hoping. In the end, he finished 19th. So you can see with a 7.927 second lap, it was quite a bit off the pace of the top qualifier, who was Ricky Gowan, on a 6.955, the only one to break 7 seconds. So Ricky was quite a way ahead there in the racing. And Martin was, fairly near the bottom. But he liked the car, he liked the handling, he was getting confidence with the car. Now, bearing in mind that Martin hadn't really driven on this track before, he'd had very little experience of driving that type of slot car, and it's all a great big learning experience. And that's what the Clubman Nats should be about. It's about people coming along, experiencing other tracks, other types of racing, and getting a feel for it and having a really fun race and a really good weekend in a light-hearted manner. So that qualifying performance put Martin into the C final, which was actually the bottom one. And to be honest, he smashed it. Not smashed it literally, but smashed it brilliantly in the fact that he actually won his race. So in an 8x3 minute race, across all the lanes, all the laps added together, he won it by a mile. He was nearly 9 laps up on the next racer in his race. What a fantastic performance. 183 laps he managed to achieve, and that would probably stand him in good stead for the races to come. You can see in the picture that he actually achieved on his very last lane, was yellow, I think he finished on yellow, he actually achieved a 7.211 second lap, miles faster than he did in qualifying, because the confidence was there with the car. And just look across the board at the other races in his race. I think 7.6 seconds was the next fastest lap in that final section of his race. So he was flying, and that would have put him in a really good place in qualifying if he'd managed to have achieved that earlier with more experience with the type of track, cars, etc. So what a fantastic performance for Martin at this point. So then we move on to the next race, and here I are on the screen are the results and the overall positions after the next race had happened. So that's another 7 drivers in this one, doing an 8x3 minute race. And as you can see, Martin still holds the lead. Nobody managed to beat him in the next race up. And they were all people that did faster laps than him in qualifying. But obviously over the course of the whole race, where he managed to get more confidence and go faster and faster with the car, he managed to do more laps than anybody else in the next race up. It was close. And I think Nick Dodds would have been very, very close towards the end had he not had a minor incident in the very last lane. But that's racing. That's what happens. You've got to avoid the accidents. You've got to keep reliable. You've got to keep going. And therefore, Martin is now top place with only, I think, 8 more drivers to go. The worst place he could finish is in 9th. And that's a massive improvement from where he qualified. So what happened when the top 8 drivers from qualifying got on and did their race? Well, here's the result. Now, as you can see, it was pretty close. Martin's run was fantastic, but he was beaten by 4 other drivers in the very top race. So that puts him 5th overall. What a magnificent performance from someone who's hardly done any of this sort of racing before. I am proud of his achievements, and I'm really happy with what he managed to achieve with the car. It ran very nicely, ran smoothly, ran reliably for the whole race. Now, I don't want to take anything away from the winner, and that was Bill Jenner. He's been doing this for quite a long time now and never had quite the level of success that perhaps he deserves for all the effort and time he puts into his racing. So I do want to say a very, very well done to Bill Jenner, who can't do this again now because he is now moved up a grade of driver. He is now a main grade driver. He's won the Clubman Championship. He can't race in it again now unless there's a change in rules. But fantastic performance by him. He will now get some sponsorship to do the overall national championship in 132nd Eurosport, and he'll also get the chance to borrow a top Eurosport car prepared by a BSCRA national champion. By looking at this result, you can also see that some people were going quite fast in that very top race, but they were obviously having more accidents. There was some reliability issues, some crashing, etc., etc. Hence why they didn't all beat Martin. Martin drove a really good, consistent, smooth race. So here's the results overall for everybody on each lane. Now, as you can see, looking across these results, we can see that different people achieved different things on various lanes. So Martin, I'm pretty sure, started on orange and did quite a good time on orange. Now, orange is a fast lane, but if you're still working up your confidence with the car, learning how to push harder and harder and harder, then perhaps you could get more out of orange if you'd already got that experience. So he moved from orange to white, then to red, which sort of let him down a little bit, a bit of a slower time on red, but red is a really hard lane if you're still building up your confidence on the track. Then he moved to green, blue, purple, black, and finished on yellow. So you can see his green, his blue, his purple, his black and yellow times were all very nearly 23 laps. And if he'd managed to achieve that from earlier on in the race, who knows where he could have been at the very end. You can do the math for yourself. So take a look at that. You can digest the results to your heart content. You can pause the video now. But you can see the winner, Bill Jenner, had some really, really good runs. He did 24 on purple. He had some very high 23s. So a deserving winner. There were some people that ran him close. Ray George ran him very close. Chris Demon ran him close. Ricky was fast, but Ricky had perhaps a few little too many offs. Didn't perform so well on red lane, as you can see, had a bit of a bad run on red. And all that just costs you. And then you're trying to play catch up and trying to go faster than perhaps you should to make up that time, have a few more accidents, and it all becomes very difficult. So these are all the things that drivers will learn as you go on. Our top female driver was in 9th place. She did manage to qualify, I think, in the very top race and did some really fast laps, but consistently around the track. She managed to finish 9th overall, but it was really, really close. There's only a few parts in it. You know, when you look, we've got the leader on 187, and then we can go down, if you're imagining a lap a segment, we get down to 11th place. It's 180, so only one lap a segment difference as we come down to about 11th place overall. So all really, really close racing. So I'd like to thank the BSCRA. I'd like to also thank Mid-America Slot Car Products as well for sponsoring the event and helping out with prizes, trophies, helping organise all the venue and everything. You know, putting a lot of background work into making this event such a success. And obviously, most of all, the competitors for turning up. It was a great turnout of people. We had a team race on the very first day that involved a main grade or a premier grade driver teaming up with 3 Clubman grade drivers from their own club. And we had a fantastic turnout for that. We had 32 drivers for that event. Really, 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 really good achievement that was. And had a really nice race. And the whole point of that was to give these Clubman drivers some support and some practice around the track with the sort of cars they would be using in the main championships on the Sunday. So once again, thank you very much. Thank you also for listening to this video. I know it's not really massively tech tippy today, but I thought I would bring you the conclusion of this series of videos where I built this car, and it's nice to know what happened to it afterwards and how well it did. So I'm very happy that Martin won the car, and I'm sure he'll put it to very good use round his club, and I'm pretty sure he might even come back next year and give it an even better go. And I will see you very soon. Bye for now.